you never did either. Somebody would say that this is going to be the most important election, perhaps in the history of our country. It's really amazing. The greatest threat to American democracy is the concentration of power among a small group of unelected special interests, the big tech CEOs who have been put in a position by us giving a law to them, Section 230. We've given them that power. And you know, that can be taken away. That can be taken away. And probably has to be taken away. I see it better than all. I see it so obviously. I see it because of what I do on social media. For me, it's very easy to see. I see things that nobody would believe. The corporate media and the mega donors in Washington and Silicon Valley, they're all lining up behind an opponent that's going to do whatever they tell him to do. That's sleepy Joe Biden. It could have been the greatest. You know, if you look, we look at the amount of money that he has raised, hundreds of millions, $300 million 1 month. But I could have been the greatest of all time. I could have been the greatest political fundraiser because as president, all I had to do is call Wall Street, the big banks. I could have called the oil companies. I could have called all of the big companies. And every single one of them, and I know many of them, would have given me whatever I wanted. But I chose not to do that. And we did plenty. We have plenty. We can only buy so many commercials, you know. When the airwaves are full and you can't buy any more, I'm saying, where are we going to spend it? Although we did spend, in our case, a lot on ground game, which they, I think, forgot to spend. As much money as they have. They're screaming in Florida, where's our ground game? Where's our ground? Well, it takes a long time. You know what? It took us a year and a half to build that ground game, so we'll see how it all works out. But they didn't do that. They decided to go a different route. But they took in massive amounts of money. I could have taken in much more than that. They did $350. I could have done that within an hour. The president is calling. He'd like you to send $25 million, please. Who's going to tell me no? Nobody. But the problem is when they call in 6 months needing a favor that's worth billions, it's very hard, especially me being a loyal person, not a dishonest person, but a loyal person. It's very hard for me to say, no, I don't want to take his call. No, his or her call. No, I don't want to do it. So it really, you're compromised. It would have compromised our nation. So I didn't want to do that. Joe Biden works for them. I know them very well. I know them far better than he does. I know him far better than he. Some are friends. Some are actually very surprised when I say, you don't have to bother. Don't worry. I don't think we can buy any more anyway, right? But he works for them. And when you see those numbers, 300, 350 million, so much they don't know what to do with it, where they're spending $25, $30 million on a congressional race that used to spend $500,000, you know something's going on. And it's not a good thing. And it's not the way I want to work. This was one opportunity to do something special. This isn't a company. This isn't making some money. This is one opportunity to turn our country around. And we're not going to blow it.